Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Join us Friday, April 24th through Sunday, April 26th for our first homestand of the season and our 5th anniversary celebration. Score big with $5 tickets. Grab $5 domestic draft beers. Enjoy $5 popcorn. And yes, 2 Nathan's hot dogs for just $5. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Police responded to a 911 call.
Dramatic video of gun insanity in the Bronx.
Police releasing a new video of a person that they are still trying to track down.
Defund the police is not the answer.
Many people surveyed said they just don't feel safe in the city.
It's a shooting outside of a store.
This is Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast.
Police this morning are searching for the person who turned this Harlem platform to a crime scene.
A Red Apple Media Podcast Network production. Now, here's Bo Dietl.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Hey, I've been getting a lot of action. A lot of people tuning in. Got to tell your friends, everybody, tune into Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. I've been doing a lot of solos, but I've been getting great response. I think what I speak about touches everybody. You know, today we want to start with this Sergeant New York City Duran. This sergeant that was doing his job with narcotics, that was all of a sudden, this guy was selling drugs. He had a criminal record, and then all of a sudden he's on his motorbike. He's on the sidewalk. He was heading in the direction where there were other cops standing there. And certainly if he would have hit these other cops or anybody else, he could have killed him. The reaction was the sergeant grabbed an empty cooler and flung it at him just to stop him. He did not know that, one, it would knock him off the bike. Number two is that he would hit his head and he would die. This is determined now as manslaughter. This is ridiculous because there's no intention there. So the officer decided to go with a bench trial. What a bench trial means is that the judge would make the determination. Because I know from my experience, juries in the Bronx are almost as bad as the juries in Brooklyn. Whereas my last case, 10 dead, shot in the head systematically, they convicted him only of 10 counts of manslaughter. He systematically shot everybody. So I knew a jury in the Bronx would be kind of the same. So then this judge comes out. His name is Judge Mitchell. Now, he's a 10-year appointed. He got appointed by Big Bird de Blasio. He's up for his 10 years. And now all of a sudden, he comes back with a determination. And I had Arthur Idella, who was the judge, a lawyer that was in the courtroom. Arthur's a dear friend, one of the finest lawyers I know. He said, I've never in my career as a lawyer have ever heard anything like this. Mitchell yells out in open court, you're getting 3 to 7 years. Yells it out in the middle of the courtroom like he was gloating at this. This guy has to be reappointed. And I'm sure, Mundummy, with the way you're going, you're just going to reappoint him. And you know what, Judge Mitchell? You shouldn't be a judge. I think you come from Bahamas or something. Maybe you should go back to where you came from, because we certainly don't need you supporting our police officers in New York City the way you're doing. You were supposed to be a judge. A judge means you take all the circumstances and you weigh them out with intelligence. Obviously, you lack the intelligence to determine that this was manslaughter. There was no intent, and that's what it was all about. But shame on you, Mitchell. I hope that you don't get appointed. And then, my friend, Attorney General Letitia, you still got your own problems with your fraudulent real estate and all that stuff against you. You know what? You're the one that brought these charges. You should look at these charges and look at the real validity of them before you bring charges like this. One possible outcome of this thing is Bruce Blakeman, my friend from Nassau County, is running for governor of New York State. I hope he wins and knocks Snaggletooth Hochul out. He have already vowed day one when he gets appointed as the governor, he will give a pardon to the Sergeant Duran. Sergeant Duran was put into custody like he was a criminal ready to run out. I got people with murders, 50 priors, and they're releasing them. Now they put this sergeant in. He should have been left out pending appeal, and that's what it should all be. How dare you treat this sergeant like that when you treat criminals Release them. Illegal rapists and all that. You let out of jail. You put this Sergeant Duran like he was going to go somewhere. Shame on you, Mitchell. It just gets me sick to my stomach. And then all of a sudden, we have the Sergeants Benevolent Association, led by my friend Vincent Valongo, and he's the head of the Sergeant Benevolent Association. We're raising money, and you guys could just look on the site, the Sergeant Benevolent Association, and you could contribute to the defense for our Sergeant Duran. I ask everyone to help him out on that. Okay, now let's go to this machete attack at Grand Central. Again, three older people, senior citizens like my age, older than me, and the New York Police Department officers that were working overtime. Thank God they were there. Otherwise, this would have continued. They took fast action. They killed him. Anthony Griffin, 44 slashes. He slashed 3 elderly victims. He called himself Lucifer, and he wanted to meet the devil. I hope you live with the devil now. He tried to go after the cops. These were guys with experience, or ladies, I don't know specifically, but they used deadly physical force when they were supposed to. And finally, Moron Mandami gave a praise to the cops. I almost fell off my chair when I heard that. Okay, and we got to remember the cops that were in Grand Central, they were working overtime. Thank God. Now Mandami wants to stop all the overtime, and we're losing. Again, I talk about it. All we're talking about is us losing seasoned detectives. They're retiring. When Mandami comes out and says he's going to cut all overtime, that means whatever these cops made in their 20th year, that's going to be their pension forever. Why would they stay? They could lose $10,000 a year in their pension. They're going to go, bye-bye, Mandami. You don't even realize you're losing the cream of the crop. These are seasoned cops and detectives. That means that there's going to be less coverage. Now we're going into the summer hot months, and all of a sudden now we're going to have less cops, And then all of a sudden my friend Mandami, he wants to get rid of the gang list. Yeah, right, that was a good one. This little, beautiful little girl who was 7 years old gets shot in the head by a gang member. And you want to, Mandami, get rid of the gang list, the gang task force list. This guy was a member of the gang. These gangs are the ones that are shooting and killing New York. And then all of a sudden, these are killings that are going on by these gangs. And if you don't focus on these gangs, the gun violence is just going to increase. All of a sudden, now we're talking about that subway crime is going to surge this summer. Transit robberies are up 21%. Jessica Tisch says overall crime is down by 5%, but some subway concerns are still there. And Eric Adams added 300 cops in 2025. Crime dropped. Zohan Mandami cuts reduced patrols this year. All I could say is that it's going to get worse and worse by the limitation of all law enforcement officers on the street. I look every day. I see young cops out there, brand new shields. They let them have beards out. I mean, I had a beard when I was a detective, but never was. That was something that you couldn't do. But today, every one of them look the same. Everyone in the academy, they grow a beard. They all want to look like Frank Serpico. That's what I guess it is. And there should be some kind of a thing where they look more professional. You're a police officer. It's a semi-military organization. You should look respectful. You want people to respect you? Look good. Have your uniform. Don't be fat and out of shape. Get yourself in shape. This way, if you have to use physical force, you have the strength to do it. This one's really a winner. Staten Island, Dolores Borough. I just learned that Staten Island now has, 630 police officers in total. 630 right now. That's for 500,000 residents. You know, we got my friend Vito Fasella over there is the borough president. This is crazy. And now we're starting to see spikes in assaults and robberies. All I can tell you right now, it's a disgrace. 630 police officers in the whole borough. You know what that means? They don't have proper police protection. And Mondummy don't care because he doesn't feel as though these people like him. You're right. They don't like him, and I don't like you either. You're listening to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Please stay tuned with this message, and we'll be right back. Thank you. All right, now his other genius idea he comes out with. This is really good. He wants to shut Rikers Island. The only problem is these new jails he wants to put them into won't be finished in 2029 to 2032. Right now, Rikers could put in there 15,000 inmates. There's 7,000 inmates there. The new system set up can only have the capacity for 4,000. I guess we got to release the other 3,000. One good thing, Julie Menon, the Speaker of the Council, she realized it. She has a brain. And thank you, Julie, for recognizing this facility. The big thing is this. It's a law. If you cannot put them in another facility, you can't remove them, Rikers. So, Mondummy, before you start talking with your bullshit, why don't you learn what the law is all about? And all of a sudden, I love this one. And my friend there, our police commissioner that I have a lot of respect for, all of a sudden, she was told something the other day. She told, Mondummy told the New York Times, if he can't reach an agreement dismantling the SRG and other issues, he will overrule her. You hear that? Police commissioner, he's telling you right to your face what you're telling him. He will overrule you. So be prepared for this. Right now, the SRG, we see them in progress. They did a nice job with this demonstration the other day. I think they locked up about 100. But this is a trained group of people that deal with these demonstrations. We don't want to happen what happened in Minneapolis where you put untrained people being shot. No, SRG is so important. We're going to face an avalanche of demonstration. And I hate to say, we're going to be facing some terrorist attacks in New York. Will we be ready for it? Not the way Mondummy's going. First of all, he's lessening the intelligence division, the intelligence that we need to stop an attack by these terrorists that are coming to New York. And I'm telling you right now, listen to this podcast. We will see an attack in the next couple of months in New York. Are we prepared? We're not prepared. If anything, Mondummy is cutting back on the police. And that is something that we have to realize right now. And then let's go with his campaign promises. I listened to you, Mondummy. I tried to give you a chance, but you just keep going back. You keep hiring the same morons for more and more money. Anybody that has to do with the Democratic Socialists of America, you want to turn New York City and you want to focus a wave across this country to become socialist. This is not a socialist country. This is a democracy, you fool. You want a socialist? Go back to Uganda or go back to someplace else. Not my city right now. First of all, you can't even get federal security clearance to get any information because you can't get federal security clearance. Why, Mondummy? Why can't you get federal security clearance? Because you're involved with a lot of crap. Okay, he changed his mind on the data gang list after that little 7-year-old girl got shot in the head. Also, he reversed his homeless thing. Remember we had 17 people were killed during the freeze. They froze to death. Then all of a sudden he decided, hey, that ain't a good move. Then all of a sudden, when you cut the 5,000 cops, we have this attack with the guy with this machete slicing people up. Then all of a sudden he downgrades the Department of Community Safety to an office that 2 employees. He wants them to handle multi-hundreds of $1 million initiative, and he's got 2 employees there. You don't know what you're doing, you fool. You're a child. Again, the 2,000 universal care for children, yeah, you need tens of thousands. That's what you need, not 2,000, tens of thousands with the child care. And then you appoint this Yumi Kuzuli, Commissioner, Department of Administrative Service. She was accused of submitting fake campaign petitions. She was caught falsely signing signatures for other campaigns. All I can tell you right now, Mondummy, your approval rating is 43% by an Emerson poll. People are starting to realize what you are. You are a illiterate, immature little child that couldn't run, like I say, a lemonade stand. Okay, now you're biggie. You're big mouth. I used to work up the 2-5, the La Maqueta. That was the store underneath the Conrail trains over there. This is going to be a new $30 million city-run grocery. This is nice. It's all good. Basket of goods, lower prices. Very nice, very nice. This is good play. $30 million. I think I could do it a lot better. If you want to buy cheap groceries and cheap produce, I think we could put a private concern in there and run the damn thing. You could hire John Katzimatidis. He could run the city-owned store, and I guarantee we'll buy products for a lot cheaper than what the city's going to pay for it. No one's going to be, no control on that. More fraud. This is how fraud. Medicare, Medicaid, fraud. You say, how about all your no-bid contracts? $7 billion migrant no-bid contracts. There's hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud. Now you're opening up for public grocery stores. More fraud's going to come. All I know is he is a person now that is now talking about our great anniversary coming up, the 250th anniversary of our great country that I'm going to be celebrating. I'm so proud to be an American. And all the people across this country, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, whether you're poor or rich, whether you're Jewish, Catholic, Muslim, America is America. We should be proud. Now all of a sudden, he wants to cancel any public people from going to Times Square to watch the ball drop for our anniversary. You piece of garbage. This is a celebration. You know why you cancel it? Because you don't have enough of cops to put the safety in there. That's why you cancel it. Then you want to cancel any crowds in parks, any kind of public fun or in festivals. You want to start canceling them. You know why you cancel them? Because you don't have enough police officers. Because you're a fool. You keep cutting the police department. You don't have enough for patrol. And now you want to cut any of these officers out there. You want to cut back on the fireworks. You want to cut back on everything. Because you're saying to yourself, oh, I don't have enough of cops for the radio cars. You don't have enough cops to do sectors, radio cars. You don't have enough cops. Your detectives, the greatest in the world, from over 7,000, you're down to under 4,000, and they're all retiring. You're a fool. You're left with no police department. Oh, my goodness. All I know is also New York City, we like to have bonds that support our city. Used to be the best bonds you could buy. No more, because this idiot can't even balance a budget. This idiot can't show that New York is on an upward grade. New York is downward. Everybody's leaving. I talked to Jamie Dimon a couple of weeks ago. We didn't talk about this. Jamie Dimon's a friend of mine, and what he has to say is a lot of credence to it. People are moving out. Companies are moving out. You are taking the heart and soul out of the greatest city in the world, my dummy. I don't know how you got here. I don't know what you did, how you cheated, pulling all these votes out with your Democratic Socialist America. But you will not destroy my city. I'm fighting. I got my friend Sid. He's fighting. We ain't leaving. We're going to fight you. And all of a sudden, the tax break with all this affordable crap, everything is, you keep talking about, you're still in a $7.1 billion deficit because you don't know how to balance a checkbook. You don't know how to balance a budget. My biggest fear on everything is if you don't have public safety and police, then things are going to get real bad, especially what's happened financially. People are working. You want to tax the balls off the working people. You want everybody to leave. If everybody leaves, you damn fool, who's going to pay for the services? You damn fool. Maybe you want to go next after the firemen, the cops, and the teachers' pensions. That'll be up next. All these unions love you. Wait till you start to go after their pensions. Wait when you see Mondummy try to get your pensions and cut your pensions down because he needs the money for more giveaways. That's all he does. Give away. Free this, free that. Stay the hell off my people, this city, Mondummy. Okay, now, we're talking about all kinds of problems here in this city, but I keep going back to the main problem, public safety. And now we have my friend Big Bird de Blasio pops his head back up. He was over in Colombia over there, and he's with this group called Code Pink. This is this guy Singman. He's an American citizen. He lives in China over there, and he's the one that funnels, I think, $600 million into the DSA, anything negative against America. This is a person who is a socialist through and through. He supports all these socialist campaigns. He funds them all, along with that fat pig Soros that's over his age limit. That guy should take the pipe already. And your punk son, he thinks he's the heir apparent. He's a punk just like you, George Soros. The Soros family are disgusting, disgraceful. You should go back to Hungary. Get the hell out of my country and my city. All right, now, we know about corruption. Again, we saw what happened in Brooklyn. Here we go. BHRAGS Home Care. They took over $200 million in city contracts. Check this out. I've been talking about this since I've been doing the podcast. This has to do with kickbacks and frauds with this whole immigration thing. Again, I'll say it clearly. Department of Investigation. Mandami, you want to find money? You find money when you look at $7 billion of no-bid contracts for this migrant problem. Housing, the security, overpaying and everything. Follow the effing money, Mandami, but you don't have a clue. You have a Department of Investigation. You put your Democratic Socialists in there. You put all your scumbags around in every office. The problem with this thing, too, is if you all of a sudden left with your smiley face and you got taken out, look who we got coming up in the back. The public advocate, Shake and Bake, Jamani Williams. He's even worse than you. Jamani Williams doesn't have a clue. He lives on a military base in Brooklyn, protected by everything. And he's got his big mouth open. So you know what? Seriously, you have to do a 2-4. You got to get rid of Mandami and Jamani in one shot. But then again, I do like this Menon, Julie Menon. If she's the third in line, we should give them guys a trip. Maybe we could put them on the next the next moonshot. We could put Mandami and we could put Jamani on the moonshot, send them to the moon, and then Julie Menon, the head of the city council, I think takes over. I think that's a line of succession. That would be a good thing. Hey, Jamani, why don't you and Mandami go on the next moon trip? And then we let Julie Menon take over the city. She's got a brain. She's smart. But these are things, every week I come here. Like I said, I don't need guests because I think there's enough issues that we talk about that bring everybody. Now, my friend Eric Adams, I just learned, he became an Albanian citizen. Why? I wonder if there's an extradition law. Why did he become I'll tell you why. They're still investigating him. They're still investigating Eric Adams. Or he got the first pardon by the president on the Turkey and just doing all that stuff. But there's still issues going on with that $7 billion. He was the boss. His lieutenants were handling all this crap with these no-bid contracts. They're going to come after him again. I guess that's why he became an Albanian citizen. I'm hoping that there is no kind of thing where we can't go get him again. You're not finished with it, Eric. You have not come to the table with what you know and what you've done with all this lying. You were welcoming people when they were coming to New York when it started, giving them water. Welcome, welcome. Come to the hotels. Welcome, security. Welcome. All your people were doing all the deals, all of them. This is still something that's pending. $7 billion. Hey, Mandami, you're short $7.1 billion. This is $7 billion you can look at. And now the public school enrollment, our Department of Education, from 1919 to 2020, we had over 1 million students. Now it's down to 800,000 students. But the budget is $33,900 per student. Now, that's back in 2019. Now it's up to $45,200 per student. Math and reading proficiency are below the COVID. Below. Chronic absenteeism. Listen to this. 37% of the students don't even go to school. And we're paying all this money. This is bullshit. They don't want to go to school. Get them the hell out of. I don't want to pay for it with my taxes. And now we come to what's going on in Iran. A lot of people knock President Trump, what he was doing and all that. My whole thing is, if you know you got a government that executes 40,000 of their own people for demonstrating, you know damn well if they were able to develop this nuclear bombs, you know damn well this, when he could kill people like that, his own people, he would lob a bomb to New York. He'd lob a bomb to Israel. He'd lob a bomb, maybe pop one into London. No, then again, the Muslims control London. He wouldn't throw it there. But the point is, you've got to deal with sicko psychopaths. And I think that President Trump's doing a great job. And Schmuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, you two losers, all you do is talk. You have no idea. And my Homeland Security is still frozen. We're not supplying the proper financing in the Homeland Security. So that means CISA. That's the computer systems that protect our country and all our installations, all our military. Everything is now on hold. Is a freeze. Coast Guard. Every one of the Homeland Security thing. I just talked the other day, Mark, what's his name? Mark Wayne. Sorry. I just talked the other day with Mark Lane Mullen, the new head of Homeland Security. Seems like a very, very good guy, and we talk about meeting, and I want to help with all we can. And you know what my idea was when Kristi Noem was still? I'll tell you what my idea was. I went to the president. I says, with all these people who self-deported, why don't we bring back 1,000 of the people who have self-deported, like we asked them, bring them back, give them a way to citizenship, give them a way to join their family and pay taxes without no criminal records, bring them back. The president thought it was a great idea. We were working on it until they froze the Homeland Security, the whole budget down. But this is good ideas that I went to the president with. Then I spoke with Stephen Miller about it. This is one of the ideas that once we get the Homeland Security Advisory Council kicking again, this is something that I want to spearhead. I want to spearhead to show the American public when you do what you're supposed to do, you get rewarded for it. I love when people come to this country, work hard, pay your taxes, and don't commit crimes and don't come here with a criminal record. You're welcome to America. I welcome you because there's a lot of good people that are here in America that work hard and pay their taxes. That's what the American dream is all about. Now, till next week, let your friends know. Tune in to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. We talk about the issues that everyone else is afraid to talk about. And do tune in to my podcast and also to my appearance with Sid every Tuesday morning. I'm on with Sid, and Sid's my man, and he's got a lot to say, and I side with him 100%. And I am a Yankee fan. I know Stephen Cohen. Sorry, Stephen. You can't make my Mets woke and think that I'm staying on board. I'm a Yankee fan. I've always been one, and the New York Yankees are New York. Until next week, tune in to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Tell your friends about it. Thank you very much.